Scott S.J., Wildfire.com, Final Days Report, episode 256. Today's Fishcast, we're going to cover how the ID 2020 enslavement system is moving so fast on so many fronts. We're going to do a rapid fire about vaccine passports, being able to access government benefits, get into your bank account, access the web, censorship of the web. The goal is for artificial intelligence to be omnipresent. Oh, by the way, the government has bought dossiers on you, and now AI can read your mind. We're going to cover it all, my friends. Final Days Report documented what you are seeing and how it fits like a glove, scripture, including this AI transhumanism, DNA defilement, soul trap system. Last, we're going to show the Rothschild Economist on how they've really predicted this beast system, folks. Evil is rising. The good news is this is all spelled out in the Bible, and you have power. But let's lay the foundation. We've talked about this slide often. This is from the World Economic Forum, this digital identity. They're going to actually have a digital identity on you so that you can open up a bank account, have access to your bank account, get healthcare, live in smart cities, being able to use the telephone for telecommunications, be able to get on social platforms. E-government. E-government means enslavement government, in our humble opinion, to be able to shop, travel, so on and so forth. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might be able to buy or sell, save he that had the mark, the name of the beast, and the number of his name. I've heard some Christians, and I think this is some sort of Christian sect theology, that says everybody's always gone through the mark of the beast. I don't think so, my friends. Mark of the beast, they're setting it up where you won't be able to buy or sell anywhere. This is not symbolism. This is mark of the beast infrastructure in the end of days, and we're going to prove it out. Multiple articles about being able to bank. They want to implement a global system of digital identification for all that would be connected to our bank accounts. And this all has to do with the Central Bank Digital Currencies and FED now, and it's around the world. This is not just the United States, my friends. Here's another article. United Nations planning digital ID linked to bank accounts. We've got the shill with the World Economic Forum behind him. And oh, by the way, the EU will mandate that all member states offer a digital identity wallet to all their citizens and businesses. The European Union will mandate digital identity under the EIDAS 2.0, which will go into effect September 2023 and ensure member states offer a digital identity wallet to citizens and businesses. According to the European Commission, at least 80% of the citizens should be able to use digital ID solutions to access key public services by 2030. 2030, we did a podcast on 2030. Why are the elite so obsessed with 2030? And if you peel back the onion, I know the calendar and timing might be off, but 2030 is the date Christ started his ministry 2,000 years ago, and Lucifer is the great copycat. So will that be when Lucifer is disclosed? Time will tell. Just some housekeeping on different previous VCasts that we've done and some new news. They're setting up this retail infrastructure for this beast system. Let's read. Panera Bread to introduce Palm scanners next month that will store its customers' biometric data for its loyalty program and cashless payment system. They need to get rid of cash. We've talked about that last 2 years. And all of this reminds me of MasterCard, right? Who is your master? We did a podcast how D-Wave, the quantum computer that speaks to the other side, and according to the inventors, D-Wave, we think the D-Wave and AI is the fake God, 5G, 6G is the fake Holy Ghost, and then the Antichrist from a dream I had in 2008 will be uploaded after he's hit with the Spear of Destiny into this system and be seen as a hologram around the world. But D-Wave joins MasterCard with this big technology to get this, have biometric scanning to pay with your right hand or your face. The mark of the beast goes on your right hand. And if you don't have a right hand, you have a face, you have a head. They're building it, my friends. And you need to check out the VCast that I did that was pulled from my own website, Mark of the Beast Money. IMF launches a new central bank digital currency or coin called Unicoin. Reminds me of unicorn with occult symbolism, run by AI. Final Days Report, episode 242, must see. And oh, by the way, all of this infrastructure is being implemented and they're launching Fed now that actually will track every transaction that you do. This is a control grid, my friends. And we've covered this a long, long time ago. Final Days Report, episode 157, Mark of the Beast, rollout and training. They're getting you trained to pay with your hand, to get scanned, right? Just like a credit card. Put your credit card in with a little chip. And now you can wave your credit card. They're moving us into this biometric nonsense. It's wicked, my friends. The question is, are they going to slow roll it or will it be fast? Is this a 2030 play or are they just going to go much, much faster? I'm actually going to do a VCast on timing and World War III players and how we know we're in the 7-year tribulations just from a Bible study. Look for that this Sunday. Let's continue. It gets even more wicked with this digital enslavement. iVerify, the UN's new fact-checking system called iVerify, will be used to crack down on misinformation all over the world. So people like me will probably not be iVerified. We'll be considered even more than we are today enemies of the state. And it's just this multifaceted program to nail you. Obama suggests digital fingerprints to counter misinformation so we know what's true and what's not true. Obama. And he goes on to talk about the deep fake technology, how we need to have these different digital footprints, this ID on the web because of deep fakes. It's almost like it's a false flag. They launched the deep fake technology so then they can control what is seen and who actually posts what. It gets even more wicked. Facebook to end news access in Canada over incoming law on paying publishers. So what they're going to do is they're going to reduce the access of where you can actually get information and news to control it. There's got to be a false flag there somewhere. But I want to play a video of Jax Loves Jesus. I think her latest account name is Jax on TikTok. She is very, very censored and really breaks a lot of information, especially as the days of Noah and gene defilement. So I find her to be a really, really good researcher, but she's going to actually talk about the fake news. You know, the news is allowed to lie because they reversed the Smith-Mundt Act, where they can now do psyops on the American people. But I find this hilarious where she's going to point out the fake news. Let's roll it.
Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Spot the Difference. First up, we have this building in Moscow, Russia, that was attacked by drones.
Coming up, a pre-dawn attack in the city of Moscow. We're going to have the latest when the record continues. A new chapter unfolding in the Russia-Ukraine war, and it's disturbing. This morning in Moscow, a city of 21 million people, there's a pre-dawn attack. Drones struck several buildings. According to Russia's defense ministry, 5 of 8 drones were shot down. The 3 other drones had their systems jammed, causing them to veer off.
Next up, we have this collapsed building in Iowa.
We begin tonight with surprising new details in the collapse of an apartment building in Davenport, Iowa. City officials today revealed that a structural engineer warned that the building's brick facade was in imminent risk of crumbling just days before Sunday's partial collapse. The report stated that the condition of the building's exterior posed a safety hazard, yet residents were not told to evacuate.
Can you spot the difference?
Same buildings. This beast system just reminds me of Daniel 7:25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High and shall wear out the saints. Saints are Christians, elect, right? And think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into him the hand until a time and times and dividing of times. Read Matthew 24. Elect are Christians, my friends. Persecution will happen. The great falling away. People will become offended. Offended means they'll be persecuted. Let's continue on this digital enslavement. Digital IDs for all under latest proposals from former PM Sir Tony Blair. So all of these world government shills are just pushing this digital ID. In the article here, he goes on to talk about, well, we need it for e-government. E-government stands for enslavement government. And here's what I just found fascinating. Bombshell report finds Pentagon new surveillance tools can pinpoint private citizen. Let's continue reading this from LifeSite News. The use of these enhanced surveillance techniques extend beyond major social media platforms by granting the Army access to CCTV feeds, radio stations, news outlets, personal records, hacked information, webcams, and perhaps the most invasive cellular location data. The U.S. government appears to hate you and mistrust you, probably because it's bankrupt, the corporation of the United States. Another article, this is from TechCrunch. U.S. intelligence confirms it buys American personal data. A newly declassified report says the controversial practice raises significant issues for American civil liberties. Let's continue reading. Federal agencies are secretly accumulating mountains of data that could be used for blackmail, stalking, harassment, public shaming of American citizens. And this basically goes on to say this is not some sort of conspiracy. It's the real deal. This is from the economiccollapseblog.com. And then this was posted. We're just getting hit on so many fronts. EU and the WHO planning for introduction of digital vaccine passports. All over the place, my friends. It's just enslavement. And then when you follow the WHO or the pandemic treaty, we talked about this in one of our last VCasts about how they can shut everything down because of the environment. And then I showed how I'm seeing all these articles about how the global warming are causing all these potential diseases that'll kill you on the spot. So they're getting ramped up to enslave you with this lady. WHO Director General Special Envoy for Climate Change and Health. Wow, climate change and health. They're priming you to enslave you for lockdowns. And it just gets even more creepy. AI can predict person's politics by their looks, whether they smile in pics, study shows 61% of the time. Scientists in Texas developed a chat GPT-like AI system that reads minds. And of course, if they jacked you with the nanotech, check out our book, Seal When It's Open, that primes the fourth beast system that is iron, graphene, mixed in clay, they can read your thoughts. If you think about Klaus Schwab saying that we'll be able to scan your brain and know your thoughts, they have this technology, my friends. If you follow our channel, subscribe, and also sign up for our VCast at sjwellfire.com. I put some content on my website that is only there. I'm going to start doing more of that. But at the end of the day, this is a soul trap. They don't want you 100% to just die. They want to steal your soul as well. Scientists want to use people as antennas to power 6G. We've covered this from Popular Mechanics. And then here's the icing on the cake from the Economist, the Rothschild-controlled magazine. I used to actually read this as a business read many, many years ago. Artificial Intelligence, the Promise and the Peril. And I'm showing the head of somebody with a plug-in to plug into the Matrix with a bald head. And then the Economist AI, you see the devil horns and also the halo over the A. This is your fake God, this quantum computer, part of this beast system, plugging you into this hive mind bioeconomy. We've covered a lot of the executive orders, a lot of the different patents. And it even gets deeper. Some researcher, a listener, sent me a whole bunch of information on fungus. Fungus appears to be one of the critical infrastructures to grow and be able to control for this mind controlism technology and tie you up to this hive mind. It's deeper and deeper and deeper than I ever suspected. So Scott with sjwellfire.com went a little bit fast, a little rapid fire. I try to keep these under 20 minutes, but make sure you have a blessed day. Preparation is biblical, my friends. And again, thank you for your prayers and support. Have a blessed day.